The Rawlings Mantra Fast Pitch Bat helps you bring an elite level of focus, discipline, and power with you to the plate. Crafted with an innovative 3-step inner barrel, this bat perfectly balances swing speed and massive pop. The fully reconstructed collar assembly creates the perfect harmony between flex and stiffness and is the #1 choice for the Canadian women's national team. So the only question you need to ask yourself, what's your mantra? Hey, what is going on? Hope everyone had a fantastic week. Welcome to episode 192 of Outside the Chute. I'm your host, Randy Frame. This week, we're excited to sit down with Olympian, World Championship medalist, and longtime member of the Canadian women's national softball team. It's the one and only Natalie Wideman. Nat has had an incredible career in the game, representing Canada on the biggest stages, including the 2020 Tokyo Olympics, where she helped capture bronze, along with 3 WBSC World Cup bronze medals as well. Off the field, she has been an inspiration to young athletes everywhere with her passion, work ethic, and dedication to growing the sport. We're going to kick off this chat with Nat where we left off back in March of 2021, just prior to the Tokyo Olympics. We talk about the highs and lows of that Olympic journey, last year's epic bronze medal game against the Netherlands at the WBSC World Cup in Italy, the formation of Unedited Self, and so much more. Nat is one of our favorite guests ever. It was so great to be able to catch up with her, and this one's a dandy. While you're here, make sure to drop a comment on the show and give us some sort of rating, preferably something good. You can follow Nat on Instagram at Natalie Wideman and Unedited Self at Unedited Self Co. We're at Outside the Chute on all social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, and TikTok. If you have a YouTube account, please subscribe to our channel. We're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers, but need your help. Anyways, let's get to this episode. This is Outside the Chute, and anything goes.
I got the world in my palm, lights, camera, action, it's on. I can't describe what I'm feeling, ain't never felt this freedom. I got the world in my palm, lights, camera, action, it's on. Ain't never felt this freedom. Could you say that anything goes, anything goes, anything goes, anything goes, anything goes, anything goes.
All right, here we go. We are happy to have on with us once again. She is a 3-time WBSC bronze medalist, 2015 Pan American Games gold medalist, 2020 Olympic bronze medalist, all with the Canadian national team, and the founder of Unedited Self. It's one of our favorite guests of all time. It's the one and only Natalie Wideman. Nat, thanks so much for coming back on the pod.
I feel so honored that I get another round here.
2 times.
Thank you so much for having me.
2 times, absolutely. So,
how long has it been?
When we recorded last, it was March of 2021.
Wow.
So almost 5 years. Crazy,
yeah.
eh? Unreal.
Lots has happened.
Lots has happened. How's things going? Have you recovered from Callum's wedding yet?
Yes.
Yeah.
No. Yes and no.
It looked amazing. Where was it?
We were in Columbia, Kentucky, which is where she lives now with her husband and coaches there at her NAIA that she actually went to school for, and then now is coaching. It was beautiful.
Yes, I saw the pictures and everything, and I was like, wow, that looks like such a time. Like it looked like, bunch of teammates there and friends and whatnot. It looked like it was an awesome time.
Yeah, there's no energy. Like no one could match the energy that our team brought to that wedding. So it was really fun.
Yeah. I like the video there of Callum doing the flexing. Well, I was like,
oh, that took a lot of convincing. A lot.
Oh man, that's awesome. That's so awesome. How many teammates would have been there from the Canadian national team?
There had to have been at least 10.
Wow, that's great.
Yeah.
That's great.
She's very loved. I hope she knows that and feels that.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So when you were on last, which of course was March of 2021, we didn't have quick pitches, which
yes.
I actually went back. I started it on episode 41 with Sam Chow. So it was 3 episodes after yours is when I started this, and we've been doing it ever since. So like I said in my text, I said, it's just random questions and just answer them as best you can. It's fun. It really is fun.
Okay.
All right. First one. I always start off with this one. If you could live off one food for a week, what would it be?
Ooh, one food? Chocolate. Sorry, such a gut instinct answer.
Oh, like nothing nutritious or anything. Just yeah, chocolate.
I do that enough in my life. If you're giving me a week, I'm gonna go for it.
Makes sense. Biggest thing you miss at Cal U?
What I miss about it?
Biggest thing you miss?
Oh, my people.
Okay.
I had the most incredible teammates. I loved my coach. Everything about it. People always ask, like, how did you survive here? It's such a small town. Like, there's not much to do. And I just had the most incredible family there.
Nice. If you could go back and give 14-year-old Nat some advice, what would it be?
Believe in yourself.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah.
Like, I'm still trying to tell myself that. It's an ongoing thing. I think as athletes, as elite athletes, as a female that is an elite athlete, you are always striving. What can I do better? How much better can I get? Like, where are my areas of growth? All these different things. And in the process of that, sometimes you miss or you forget to give yourself a little bit of credit and like pat yourself on the back. And I think I should go back and talk to her a bit more.
Yeah. I think everybody would go back. I know I definitely would go back and tell 14-year-old Randy that, yeah, let's do that.
Yeah.
If you could go anywhere in the world on vacation, where would it be?
Right now, Greece. I really want to go there with my husband.
Yeah, that'd be, man. I always say Italy. Italy is top of my bucket list.
It is top notch. You must go.
Oh yeah, you were there for World Cup last year. Yeah, that's right.
We were there twice. We were there 2 summers in a row. So
nice.
It was unbelievable. Unbelievable food everywhere.
That's what I was going to say. I was going to say the food. Oh. The food is the thing.
I can't even begin to put them into words. We had like nonas cooking for us after the game. Like, right. What a treat. Holy. Yeah, the dream.
My stomach's starting to growl now.
Yeah, I know. That chocolate's not going to work anymore.
Yeah, I know, right? If you could have dinner with 3 people, living or dead, who would they be?
Oh my goodness, this is a tough one. Yeah, I think I'm going to start with LeBron.
Okay.
I think what he does in terms of high performance is really cool, but also he's done a really good job building his business and his world outside of basketball. Right. So I do really like that, and I would love to pick his brain. So that's number 1. Number 2, I don't know a whole lot about my ancestry, and I would love to meet like a great grandma or a great grandpa. Mm-hmm. I recently have learned little bits here and there about things, and I don't know which one I would want to meet, but I'm just very much focused on my past and just knowing a little bit about where I came from. So I think that would be number 2, a little bit more sentimental. Number 3, Alona, the basketball player. I mean, not the basketball player. Oh my goodness. I definitely need food. The rugby player for Team USA right now. She's doing an incredible job just promoting women in sport, being a powerhouse, being comfortable in your own skin, not everybody needing to look the exact same and needing to be sculpted or skinny or TV ready. Like, she's just very much owning who she is. And I would really like to sit down and chat with her, and fingers crossed that she hears this podcast and gives me a shot. Huh?
Excellent. Yeah, absolutely. That'd be wicked.
So sorry for calling you basketball player. My bad.
Yeah.
I haven't had dinner yet.
I'm sure she'll figure it out. Best walk-up song you've used over your career?
Okay. Mine from this year is by Khalid. It's called The Ways. And I think in the past, I've used songs that are popular or what people will really gravitate to or are really like amped up and exciting and has a really good beat. And this year I went for a very different approach. His song is very relaxing and I like the rhythm of it, and it puts me in a really good headspace when I'm going into the batter's box. And I actually utilized it a lot throughout the off season because the rhythm in the song matches the rhythm I want to create within my swing. And I mean, the words that come on are talking about how you're a power girl. And I think that doesn't necessarily mean power in terms of like hitting the ball far,
right?
But I am powerful as is. And that was really important to me. So that's definitely my favorite one.
Excellent. I'm going to have to check that out. I don't think I've heard it. On a scale of 1 to 10, with 10 being great, rate your karaoke skills.
Ooh, 9.6.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, you can get down. What?
I really, really like singing. I'm like a pretty good shower singer.
Okay.
A couple of my teammates were kind of surprised this year. Cece Wong, one of our teammates, was standing beside me during the national anthem when we were at the Canada Cup. And after the song, she looked at me. She's like, Natalie. I'm like, yeah, I was in my church choir growing up. I had a couple solos, no big deal. So I could really let go. I can go for it.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome.
Humble brag.
Yes. It's always a humble brag. Two more here. If you could go back and play one game over again, which one is it?
Oh, that's a really tough question. Okay. This one's kind of hurts a little bit, but we played Chinese Taipei this year in a semifinal game at the World Games in China. Mm-hmm. And not that it was more about how I showed up for my team in terms of getting people in a good headspace. I wish I had done a better job at checking in with those around me and making sure that they were ready for what we needed to do as well as myself. But I just think as a unit, I wish we could go back and redo that game a little bit.
Right. Now, would that have affected, because I mean, you guys ended up with bronze. Venezuela. So would that have affected anything?
If we would have won that game, which in my mind, we were very, very capable of doing so. Yeah. We would have went to the gold medal game, which would have been where we should have been in my mind.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. We had set ourselves up for a very good situation by winning some other important games. Yep. And that was tough to lose that game, to say the least.
We'll talk about that, one of those games here in a bit. Last one here. How's our girl Luna doing?
Luna is a ray of sunshine. She is 1,000% healthy, which I'm very, very thankful for.
I was going to ask. She had to have surgery, didn't she?
She's been through a lot. Yeah. But she's happy as could be. Just, living her best life, being spoiled by me, by Ro, by her grandparents. Everyone in the neighborhood are obsessed with her. So she's well off with her world.
Good.
Yeah.
I'm glad.
Thank you for asking.
Yes, of course. Oh, how's Ro doing? I got to ask about Ro too. How's he making out?
Ro's doing well as well. He's I couldn't ask for a better partner, honestly. He's probably the most supportive human in my entire life and is willing to sacrifice a lot to make sure that I'm happy, and I can't thank him enough.
Yeah. Body by Chosen's going all good, is it?
Yeah, we've got a good flow with it. We've had it for now about 3 years, and we're growing, and we're absolutely honored to have the community we have. They bring a lot of love and joy to our life, and that's more than anything that we could ask for.
That's what you want for sure. All right. So when we left off from our last chat almost 5 years ago, and again, that's crazy to think, like it was a lead into the Olympics. So I think that's the perfect place to pick up from.
Okay.
Looking back now, how crazy was that Olympics from an overall standpoint, and how the world was at that time?
I mean, I've been asked this question quite a few times. It honestly didn't feel as crazy as I think some other people thought it was, only because we did such a good job planning for it to be like that. When I say that, when the world kind of shut down and everything was, is it even happening? When is it going to happen? And all of those uncertainties. And then it was finally postponed for the year. We visualized having no fans. We visualized having to test every day. We visualized wearing masks on the field. Like, we didn't know what our world was going to look like. So as much as it felt crazy, maybe for an outsider looking in, it was exactly how we thought it was going to be. We kind of took it as a blessing in disguise that we could be all about our business when we were there. We weren't able to watch other sports. We weren't able to really chit chat and communicate with a whole other, a whole big group of other athletes or whatnot. We were just focused on the task at hand. So as much as it may have seemed crazy, it was normal to us. And we'd been training that way for so long leading into it, with no fans, with wearing masks, with whatever that kind of looked like. So we just created it to be our normal.
Yeah. Now, I mean, I guess looking back now, is it kind of disappointing that you didn't get the normal experience? I mean, it kind of has to be, really.
Do I wish my family and my people were there? Absolutely. Right. Would the outcome have been the same if we did have those distractions? I'm not sure. So
good point.
I try not to be so much as disappointed, but just seeing it for what it is and making the most out of it. I mean, bonus. Roe saved a lot of money by not.
That is true.
So like little things like that. I'm just really trying to hone in on the positives, right?
That is true.
But yes, like I would love to play in front of my people. I would love to have them there and like see how the work kind of like all comes together. But gotta see the positive in what you can.
Exactly. Now, I said I've had guests on since after the Olympics that have played there, and one thing I mentioned to them was, watching those games as they were going on. The one thing that really struck me was the fact that we could hear you guys talking, which, with fans there, you wouldn't have been able to hear, like casual chatting. And it just brought a different element to the game that, I mean, of course, people that play the game and everything would know those nuances and everything, but people that didn't know the game and were watching for the first time must have been like, oh, this is pretty cool. Getting to hear kind of what players are saying. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. So it was almost like we were all mic'd up, huh?
Yeah, it was pretty cool. It really was. I mean,
but no one said anything inappropriate, right?
Nah. Danielle may have, but
no, I'll talk to her. Okay, I'll talk to her.
That just goes with her territory, though.
It's part of the game, though.
Exactly.
The people need to know.
Yeah. And, I mean, another thing about those games, though, I mean, all the games were so close. I mean, you guys had your games against Australia and Italy were pretty big run differentials. But I mean, even the U.S. never won a game by more than 2 runs. And I think that goes to show, how ready the rest of the countries were ready to go, hey?
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, everyone's game leveled up an incredible amount. And we knew that leading in, that especially with that extra year. It's an extra year to prepare, not only mentally, but physically, right? So like everyone was kind of inching towards that top spot. So we knew going into it, especially with a layout like that for the Olympics, every single game mattered. Every pitch mattered. Like it was very much an intense business trip in the best way possible. Thankfully, we felt like we had done everything in our power to put ourselves in the best position to go out and play. I say play because that's important, like play our best softball. We didn't have to like force it. We didn't have to like tense up with it. We could just like let it loose. And I've heard from multiple people that, you know what, when you guys were chit-chatting and you were like kind of communicating throughout, like in between innings or on the field, like you could feel that you guys were like ready. Like there was no fear associated with what you were saying or doing or how you were holding yourself. And I think that in itself, being a part of that program, witnessing that, feeling that was a major learning curve that like I hold really, really close to my heart moving forward.
Yeah, no doubt. How amazing was it when Dan got that final strikeout for you guys to, secure the bronze?
I mean, it was a very emotional week in general, like losing those 2 games against the US and Japan and them being so close.
1-0 both games.
Yeah. It was heartbreaking because as a unit, our goal was not only to be in the gold medal game, but to win the gold medal game. Like that was a goal, no questions asked. And to lose by that, like being that close was devastating. Thankfully, we did a really good job. And I have to give a lot of credit to some of the older girls on the team that had been around, of them kind of making sure like, hey guys, these games were tough. We lost them. Not ideal, not part of the game plan. Take your 30 minutes, take your 45 minutes, feel everything you're feeling because it's a lot. And then tomorrow we got to go take care of business. Like we have a big game and we can create history. Like we need to step up for this moment. And so having leadership like that, I mean, I don't think we would have been where we were without that, without the wisdom from those players and the poise, so to speak, and the competitive nature of someone like Danielle stepping in the next day and be like, this is our game. Like we're winning this, period. I don't care what it takes. I don't care how it looks, like we're winning it. And just a sense of like grittiness associated with our program was like I have the goosebumps just talking about it.
It was, I mean, watching it, I had goosebumps after you guys won that. Like that was such a big moment for the program, especially like we said, losing, you know, a lot of times a loss can be beneficial. I mean, a lot of people don't think that, but I mean, you know, losing to the US and Japan 1-0 is huge psychology. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like mentally wise. So, I mean, that was huge steps for the program. After those Olympics though, I mean, how was the mental state for you? Because I mean, that was a long haul for you and your teammates leading up to that, especially, you know, adding that extra year due to COVID. I mean, that had to be an emotional dump for you both mentally and physically, was it not?
Yes, we talked about, and like with Team Canada in totality, not just Softball Canada, we do have a program called Game Plan that kind of looks at an athlete holistically of like what's going on in the world. And we had been prepared in terms of like, okay, what's the post-Olympic blues look like? Like, how are we going to work through that? What do we have in our world that we can lean on, or who do we have in our world to lean on? So we're all kind of prepared somewhat in terms of we had discussed that, but I don't think you know until it really hits you.
Right.
So after the Olympics, I was fully prepared to go back to school and complete my schooling. I was prepared to retire. I was prepared to do a lot of things. And I got home and I said, first of all, I'm not ready to go back to school. I'm exhausted. So I asked for a leave of absence to be continued, which was a bold ask to begin with. And I think about a week and a half after, I said, I'm not done playing softball. Like, I have more in me. I know I'm exhausted right now, but there's something in my gut telling me, hey, like, you have more to give this game, and you have more individual growth as well that you can get from this game. So there was a lot of emotions associated with that. Even the simple fact of leaving this group of people that have been your people through so much, like we call it like kind of like the dumps. Like we went through the pit, which is like we did such hard things so often mentally and physically to prepare ourselves. And when you go through things like that, it's almost like trauma bonding with these people, right? So you are so tightly knit with those individuals, and you kind of know what they're thinking before you even say it. And then to be separated, it's like, where are all my people? Like, what's going on? A few of our teammates had a really cool experience where they were at AU afterwards together. So they had each other to kind of work through that
that's
with.
right.
And then a few of us in Ontario obviously had each other. So we had pockets of people to kind of like lean on. But it was a crazy experience in terms of burnout, confusion. Who am I? What am I going to do? All the questions.
Yeah, imagine. Like, it's good that they have a program though that, you know, like that they prep you for that though.
Yeah. Game Plan does a really good job. They have things in terms of how to prepare you for your career, mental health, nutrition, like a whole lot of different aspects of it to help the athlete, like in totality, and not just you play softball, go be good at it. Like, you're more than that. Like, athletes have a lot going on in their world.
Right. Wow. Okay. Now, so you thought you may be done after those games?
I went into those games maybe or maybe not promising my husband that I was going to be done and we were going to start life at that point.
Oh, you're a beauty.
Yeah. Bless his patience. Bless his willingness to adapt.
Yep.
Bless his heart for knowing how much this means to me. Yeah.
Is that why you got a gym?
No, it actually, funny enough, the Olympics were my baby and he supported me through that. Yeah. And then he brought in the idea of buying a gym at that point. And I'm like, are you crazy? He's like, are you crazy? I'm like, you're right. Okay. So that's his baby. And I supported that throughout the beginning stages of really like helping get it off the ground. I still support it, but very minimally. That's like his world. And I'm just back up when he needs me. But he's done an incredible job with it, but obviously I get to work out there for free. So what a win.
What a win for sure. Yeah. And I see
now I get my teammates to come in to do the really hard workouts on the assault bikes because they don't have an assault bike at their gym.
Yeah, I was going to
trauma bond some more.
Yeah, Janet was in a couple of weeks ago, was she not?
Yeah, they're going in tomorrow. I'm not going to be there tomorrow, but Dawn, Janet, and Erica are all going to go in and have their little powwow with Bro in there. So
excellent.
It's great.
So it's beneficial for the team as well, right?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I should probably tell Team Canada, right? Like, I feel like it should just be the local training
yeah,
spot.
Exactly. So you got another World Cup bronze under your belt since we last talked as well. Defeated the Netherlands and Italy last summer. And a couple things I want to bring up from that game. You don't start that game. You come in pitch hitting for Guyana in the fourth and hit into a double play to end the inning. Now, most athletes would be broken after that happens, especially, in high stakes situations like that. Your next at bat in the sixth, you have an 11 pitch at bat and hit a 3-run bomb to tie the game 5. Walk us through that whole approach and mindset that you had. Cause I mean, I could still remember watching it when it happened and being like, wow, now that's an answer right there.
Again, goosebumps. Okay, Here we go. That tournament in general, I was not the starting catcher. So we had Zoe starting based on our rotation with Kaylee Rafter is an absolute genius in terms of how she works the lineup and where we switch things and when it happens and all that stuff. So we had conversations like, listen, like Zoe's going to start to give us the offensive best lineup for this situation in this moment. And you're going to start on the bench, but I need you to be ready if something's going on and we're getting into a close moment and we need that defensive mindset going in behind the plate, then we're going to make the switch. And I will be the first to admit that hurt. Like, it was hard to do that. Obviously, I've been a part of the program for a really long time. And she was right. Like, I was not hitting well at that point. I was still working through a lot of things with my swing. So, you know what? I trusted her. Something that Ro says to me very, very often is, you stay ready. When your name is called, like, you're ready, period. Like, there are no questions asked. And so I took that very, very seriously. I was the world's best scorekeeper for the first couple innings. And hype woman, that's like my go-to job. Yeah. And when my name was called, all right, coach, what do you need? Like, let's go for it. Obviously not ideal situation to hit into the double play, but I knew the game was far from over. Liked my approach with it, wasn't overly concerned about it. And then when the next at bat came up, not a lot of people talk about this, but Zoe was in the lineup before me and had
a 10 pitch at bat. She had a 10 pitch at bat. Ridiculous at bat, like unbelievable. Yes. And I'm standing in the batter's box beside myself, so proud of her for just being so gritty and like in the moment, right? So I think I need to give her a lot of credit for that intensity there, because I think that set the tone for my at bat. So that's first and foremost. When I got into the batter's box, before I even stepped in, I guess I kind of thought about Kelsey Harshman and I had been really close throughout that off season. I made big changes with my swing, and I went to visit Arizona. There had like been a lot of things changing in my world, and something that she said to me had kind of stayed pretty close. And it was like, listen, it's going to take a lot of mishits before something clicks and you feel the benefit of what you've done in this past off season. She's like, I just need you to stick with it. And in that moment, I felt like, man, like I'm so close, like it's going to happen. Like I can feel it and I need to just stay present here with it. I had a couple foul balls and they weren't pretty, but we made them work. And I remember looking over and Raph was in the dugout and I saw Kelsey kind of similar, like sitting with her, and they were both so invested in the at bat, and I could feel how much they believed in me. And in that moment, I'm like, man, they believe in me. Like I need to believe in myself. Like as simple as that sounds, I'm like, all right, let's do this. Like no one's expecting this. Like, let me just toe up and like hitters hit, baby. Let's go. When I hit it, may or may not have peed a little bit. I was pretty excited. But honestly, it was like a testament to not only my physical growth with my swing, but my mental approach. I think in the past, not only would that line or that double play would have taken me out, I think the whole situation of not starting would have really made me go into a dark place. And I chose to respond differently this time. And I think that kind of, obviously it made a pretty big difference. I just needed to be present. I didn't need to try to do too much. I didn't need to do anything other than be in that moment. I didn't have to worry about that bat before or the next at bat. That pitch right there was all that mattered. Yeah. And I think that kind of showcased in the outcome. That was, oh man, I get like goosebumps right now just talking about it. And I mean, I'm looking at the spray chart right now. You were 0-2 for 5 pitches Then
that's my bet. That's my best at bat.
And then you took a ball.
Out.
You took a ball, then you fouled off another one, and then took 2 straight balls. Like, to take 2 straight balls in that situation, like, that's tough.
Yeah.
It like that's discipline at the plate right there.
Thankfully, being a catcher, I'd like to think I have the upper hand.
Good point. That is a good point. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So I'll take that. I'll take that as I'll give myself a little pat on the back for being really focused within the game beforehand when I wasn't in the game and knowing the zone that we were working with. So
yeah. And a lot of people should take that advice. Like, a lot of players should take that advice. So, you may not be in the game at the time, but I mean, you got to be ready whenever your name is called, for sure.
Big or small, whatever if you're pinch running, you're ready.
Yes.
If you're going to go in to pitch 3 pitches, you're ready. Yeah, period.
Exactly. Oh, and another big hit in that game was, of course, Callum hitting the grand slam in the 11th for the win. I mean,
what a way to end it, huh?
Wow.
We were all like, thank goodness, this game has gone on forever. Well, it was just a crazy game. I think we had Morgan in right field at one point because of the lineup switch. There was a lot going on.
That's
okay, guys. And reel it in.
Yeah, really. But another point to the game, you guys were playing the Netherlands, and that's a country that's come a long way in the last few years. And I mean, we had Suka van Gerp on here for a chat, and there's a player that's come out of the woodwork, and she's amazing. But I mean, what the Netherlands are doing with their program, and of course Great Britain. I mean, the world's. I mean, it's starting to catch up, right? Don't you think?
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's going to be pretty similar in the fact of like the Olympics in 2020. Like, every team was pushing the envelope to get a little bit better, and now other teams are like, let's, instead of it being top 6, like, it should be like top 15 is a grind. Like, every game should be like tough, right? Mm-hmm. And the more we can advance our program, the more they can advance theirs, the better the game's going to get in general. Absolutely. Like, I think it's nothing to be afraid of. It's nothing to shy away from. We should lean into that. We should celebrate that. We want this game to be competitive and gritty and fun and exciting.
Definitely. 100%. When it comes to real estate, nobody does it better than Tim I, the real estate guy. Whether you're looking for that first buy or want to build that dream home, Tim Eisner at Royal LePage Atlantic is the one to call. With over 45 years in the home industry, Tim offers a unique advantage with its extensive industry experience, ensuring his clients get the most value for their investments. With a proven track record of repeat clients and steady stream of referrals, Tim's reputation as a trusted professional speaks volumes. If you're looking to buy or sell today, contact Tim at 902-499-5717 or visit him on Facebook at Tim Eisner Royal LePage Atlantic. Once more, that's 902-499-5717. Before you know it, you'll be saying, Tim Eisner strikes again. I got to touch on a few things from the World Cup, China, from last month. First thing, that room you had for a week was sick.
Wow, yeah.
Was everyone's like that?
No, so thank you, Kaylee Rafter. It's a 15-man roster when you go to this the World Games, and we have 15, so it's an uneven number. So the 14 others, there were 7 rooms that were like double, like a double bed, and I was the lucky 15. So she knew that I'm extroverted, I'm bubbly, I love chit-chatting with people, but at the end of the game, I think, or the end of the day, whatever that looks like, she knows that I enjoy my introvert time. Like, I'm a little bit of a hermit. I like to I'm okay being alone. And so I think she knew that. And with games like that, you go down to the calf with your teammates and all that stuff. And I think sometimes for a younger athlete, that can be a little bit intimidating to be like, should I text the older athlete and ask them when they're going down for dinner, or like, can I walk by myself? Or so I think she knew, like, hey, like, Nat can hold her own and just do what she wants. But what a luxury!
Oh, I'd say. Man.
I was like, where am I right now? My husband was like, "Are you on vacation? Like, this is work. I just need you to know that."
Yeah.
He's like, "This is why you wanted to keep playing, right?"
Yeah. Luxury. Wow. Oh, yeah, that was sick. I was like, wow, this is, and all I could think was, and I was like, did everybody get this? Like, this, like, China's doing it right.
It was funny because with every team, they all have a 15-man roster. So I was chit-chatting with girls So Parnaby from Australia was the athlete on her
Kaya,
team that got that room. And then Ocasio from Puerto Rico had the like single room. So we were like, how's the luxurious life treating you? How do you like it?
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. Second thing from that is beating Japan. That must have been a huge confidence boost for the squad moving forward.
For sure. I think we've always been capable of doing it.
Yes.
I just don't know if we all knew that we were capable of doing it. So, for instance, like in the past, I think we had played them. We've beat them before, but not a lot, not often.
Right.
But we'd played them and we kind of went in not with the mindset of like, this is our game. And this year was the first year that like, this is how we're going to beat them. This is what we're going to do. You execute this plan pitch by pitch and then trust the process. Just go play good softball. And we'd done those things in training camp. We'd done those things in the off season. So at that point, it didn't feel any different than what we had already been working through or working on. Whether it was like a pitch execution, a swing execution, like we knew our scouting reports and how to go about it. Mm-hmm. And we did what we needed to do in order to get the W. And I think that was really encouraging. We didn't have to try too hard. We didn't have to be anything that we weren't. We just followed the plan. And I think that's really nice having Kaylee in the head coach position. We trust every single word that comes out of her mouth. Hey, if you want me to do this, I'm on board. Whatever it is. So it's just really nice to kind of like all be on the same page, all know where we're moving, and then for it to work out in our advantage. But I think even if we had lost that game, I'm sure we would have been upset. But if we had executed the way we wanted to execute and they won, I think that's very different than if we go in there, we have no plan, or we don't execute and then we lose. Right. So we played good softball. We stayed according to the plan, and then we came out on top.
It paid off. Really nice. It paid off. Yeah. The plan paid off.
Yeah.
Last thing from China is those panda bears that you guys went and seen. Not only are they one of the cutest animals ever, but man, are they chill.
So chill. So chill. Minus, there was two, I'm just going to call them brothers because I don't know if they were brothers or not, but they were having a full-blown wrestling, like a play fight for like 25 minutes. And we were having the time of our lives because the tour guide told us like, hey, like usually during the day, they don't come out that much. So we might see one or two, but they might be napping. And then to get this like full-blown entertainment.
Oh, wow.
And to be completely frank, I was really hurting after the end of the tournament. The loss really got to me. Like it was tough.
Yeah.
And so I was like, there's no way that I want to go to this panda place. And then I got there. I'm like, I'm so happy. I love pandas. Yeah. Bought a panda stuffy. I am like team panda now.
But like, what's the theme for the World Games? Pandas?
Well, it's just Chengdu is where they have like a sanctuary that's a research center for pandas. So I believe they breed them and then they try to get them out into the wild because they're going extinct. So they're like, everything is just panda there because that's what the city's known for.
Okay. That makes sense. So what's in store for national team moving forward? Eyes, are they set on LA 2028?
Yep. The goal is LA 2028. I think at the very beginning when I decided to not stop playing softball, I was really kind of scared to say that was my goal.
Hey, Ro, I got 8 more years left.
Yeah. Can you just hang on? Just give me a couple more. Because at first it's very scary to think about. I think at that point it was technically 7 years because of the pushback. But either way, like that's a significant amount of years. But it's scary at the very beginning to be like, that's my goal and it's 7 years away and I'm not super young anymore, but hey, let's go for it. Why not? Also to put into play, I had a long way to go and I still do as an athlete and as a woman, as a human. So LA 2028 is where my heart is completely 1,000%. I am pushing through to get school done, but my heart is, I've never loved softball as much as I do now. So that is where everything in my mind goes. Yeah.
Well, hey, it makes sense. It makes what like if it's your passion, like go for it. I mean, you even said it about the 2021, like with the veterans you guys had on the team, like, you know what I mean? Like Lauren, Danielle, Kaylee, like them helping you guys get to that bronze medal. I mean, you could be in that role to helping the younger ones push you guys to a medal, right? Like if you look at it that way, like I don't know, just off the top of my head.
That's definitely a goal, is to be able to mentor and help them in whatever capacity. I mean, I think our program does a really good job of, all of us are leaders. We all bring something to the table that we can do, but something that it's always back to Kaylee Raptor. She's a top-notch woman in my life, but she said something leading up to the Olympics the previous time about, if you can't control your own emotions, if you can't lead yourself, you'll never be able to lead those around you. Like, you can't be a true leader for those that need it on your team. And I think once I stepped back from the 2020 Olympics, I realized that at no point was I ready to lead others, because I was still trying to figure out how to control my emotions in high pressure situations. Like, there was a long way for me to go. And I think this summer was the first time that I had put in enough work and understood myself enough to be able to then not only keep myself in a good spot, but then be that person for others on our team when or if they needed it. Right. Or check in, like, where are you at? How do you feel? Like, what do we need? Like, where are we trying to go? Like, what can I do for you? So that was a really cool, like, aha moment. And there's still a long way to go, but kind of understanding what she had said back then and now kind of applying, like, okay, I get what she's trying to get through. I get what now I need to work on in order to be that person for my program. So it's kind of exciting to see the wisdom kind of showing up, you know?
Yes, absolutely. I mean, Rafter's like she's a genius. She really is. Like, it's, she knows, she's a student of the game. You know what I mean? Like, I could go on about her too. She's great.
I'm very, very fortunate. I only have really good things to say, and I am incredibly proud that she is representing our program right now. It's really nice, especially as a female. It's cool to see.
Definitely. So what's your opinion on them being in OKC and not LA?
I'm just happy softball's in the Olympics.
Yeah,
baby.
good point. I mean, good point.
Ideally, yes. Like, I would love to be in LA. I would love to have that quote unquote true Olympic experience, because, like we spoke about before, like, Tokyo was a little bit different, right? But at the same time, what a cool experience to play in that field. I've had the opportunity to do so in the past. We used to have our World Cup there many, many, many years ago. Right. But I think we're going to have an incredible fan base. People around the world are going to love watching us play there. Again, I'm trying to be as positive as possible. I know the softball community wants it to be in LA, and it's really hard, but man, let's just get softball on that stage again and give it the credit and the viewership that it deserves.
Absolutely. And like you said, that stadium is just going to be rocking. Like, it's going to be silly. Like, not just for the U.S. games. It's going to be iconic. Yeah. Like, not just for the U.S. games. Like, I think all the games are going to be
for sure
sold out. Like,
but it's going to be hot.
Oh, I guess it is.
Mentally preparing myself right now.
Yes. Start training those sauna suits. Holy cow. Well,
thankfully this summer was really hot. We went to Colombia and China, and they both were like, I think they were like 40 degrees Celsius plus like a ridiculous humidity.
So
I'm rolling. I got we do the liquid chalk that you usually use at the gym. My whole hands were just white so that I could like grip the ball. So I got all the tips and tricks now I'm learning each year.
Nice. Awesome. Before we move on from the national team, I got to ask you this. I mean, how big of an inspiration has Frankie been to the team, seeing what she's gone through and how friggin' positive she's been?
I don't even know if I have words to describe how much she's positively impacted not only myself, but those around her. I expected nothing less from her. She always steps up, whether it's in a big moment on the field or the world's biggest adversity you could possibly think of in her life. She went with the flow. She just met each day with what she could do. And the craziest part is that she didn't slow down that much. Like, she was in there lifting the trap bar. I'm like, aren't you tired? And she's like, okay. Like, just so chill about it. I think it's a blessing in disguise, as much as crazy as that sounds, but it brought even our Ontario crew that much closer, whether it was us going to appointments with her or meeting her after or hearing about what was going on or pushing each other to the next level. Because man, if Larsa can go through this, like I can show up when I'm tired. Like what? So it just kind of put things into perspective. But every time this season, she would go up to bat and she would do some crazy Larissa stuff. And I was just like, are you serious? Like, are you Superwoman?
I know,
like,
right? Oh man. Yeah. She's awesome. It's like the epitome of resiliency. Like really. Like,
exactly.
Oh, just amazing. And
I can't even wrap my head around how great she is. Like that's the level she was at.
Yeah. And she's back to doing fake training and everything.
Oh yeah. That's nothing. What do you mean?
I know, right?
We've done harder things.
Yeah, exactly. Whatever. Exactly. Yeah. So Mexico. How pumped are you to go down and play pro ball in Mexico?
So pumped that I'm doing Duolingo every day. Trying to learn Mexican. I'm trying to learn Spanish. Oh my goodness. We're not going so well apparently. I am really, really, really excited. Last year, one of the coaches had reached out to me probably around October, November, and inquired about me coming down. And at that time, I knew not much about the league. It was only going to be the second year happening. And I was still really deep into my schooling and knew that it wasn't something that I could do at that point. And I remember the very first day that the league started in 2025, I think I saw a repost of someone like getting a hit or like an RBI. And I'm like, I'm going to be there next year. And I just said it. My husband's like, what do you mean? I'm like, I'm sorry, babe, I'm moving to Mexico. Like before I even talked to anyone, I was like, if I want to be the best athlete that I can be for this program, I need to continually level up every single year. And Mexico is going to make me really uncomfortable in the sense that I'm going to be away from my dog, my family, my husband, like so many things. Yep. I'm not going to be with my team that I'm in such a good comfort zone with like Rafter leading us and the third baseman I'm so comfortable with. It's going to really expand my knowledge, my ability to be resilient, like so many things. Right. So I was like, I'm going to do it. He's like, okay. I'm like, wait, you're good, right? We're okay with this. We could do this. And he's like, listen, if you're going to do this, you got to be all in. So like, let's go. I'm like, great. So I just kept speaking about it. I kept talking to some of the Americans that I knew in the league and just kind of like putting feelers out of how is it? Like, what is it? Like, how do you feel when you're down there? Like, is the competition good? And then not lucky. I think it was kind of meant to be. The coach that I'm going to be playing for, Urubi, played against me on Venezuela since 2012. Like I've known her forever.
Oh, wow. Okay.
She played on this team that I'm playing for, Charos, and retired and now became the head coach. And so we'd always chit-chatted on Instagram and whatnot, like, hey, how's Canada Cup going? How are you doing? Blah, blah, blah. And I had mentioned that I really wanted to be in this league. She's like, you do? She's like, okay, let's make it happen. Like, you want to come play for me? I'm like, I absolutely want to come play for you.
Nice.
So that's like really exciting that I get to be with someone that I know internationally and I respect and I trust. And thankfully she knows English. So that's going to be a little bit of a bonus. And she also played at Florida State University. So I do know that she probably has a very similar mindset with the game of softball as Kaylee and Kocha and the people that I've been around. So I was like, seems like the perfect fit. And then we added little Janet.
I was going to say, you got Janet there too.
I've grown up with in Mississauga, Ontario. And I'm like, man, this feels like all the pieces are falling together so perfectly.
Yes.
So I cannot wait.
Yeah, I saw Bella Dayton's there too. She's been on the podcast.
Yes.
Yeah, had Bella.
She was someone that I kind of picked her brain about the situation. Like, how do we feel? Are you going back? Should we be teammates? And she was just an absolute joy. Gave me so much insight for like Janet and I to both kind of like grasp the whole environment of what we were going into, and very, very, very thankful to have her kind of like help us with that whole transition period.
That's awesome. The atmosphere looks amazing down there. Like,
yeah,
it looked like it looks like a big party during the game. Yes,
I'm like, wait, do I want to be playing or do I want to be? Like,
I know, right?
Just kidding. I definitely want to be playing.
Yeah, definitely. But I mean, took off this year. I mean, like the second year, I think they did it right with, their social media, how they presented everything. It just, and like they're starting to get the players coming in, and I think it's just going to keep growing. I really do.
Yeah, I think they're definitely doing a really good job investing into it. So for me, that's huge. Like I think female sports is obviously taking off right now, and I'm obsessed with that. And the more that I can be a part of it or support it in whatever way is like a win for me. So
yeah, there we go. All right, let's talk some unedited self.
Oh, here we go.
Tell us all.
They're going to be burning questions.
No, I just want to tell us about how did it all come to fruition?
Yeah, so actually, ironically, during COVID, because I feel like everything happened during COVID.
True.
We had so much time on our hands.
This podcast.
Yeah. I had a lot of young athletes who, whether they were like following me on Instagram or saw me on Instagram, and they would message me and be like, "You're so perfect. Like, you must always be confident. Like, oh my gosh, you're so pretty." Like, just things like that. And I'm like, wait, I'm actually not perfect whatsoever. And I'm not confident that often. Like, I was like, wow, maybe I'm putting out the wrong message. Like, I don't want these individuals. And these were athletes I coached, or just like they knew me through the national team or whatnot. And like, I need to reevaluate what I'm doing. And I started being very mindful of what I was seeing on social media, specifically of, you have these filters.
Yes.
People are taking their selfies with them. And I have nothing against that, but I just want the younger generation to know that you're not expected to be perfect. You're going to have the pimple. Your hair's going to be messy. You're going to doubt yourself. You're going to have practices where you're bawling, and then you're going to have other practices where you feel like you're on top of the world. And I just felt like it was almost like a beautiful obligation that I needed to start showcasing that, so that people knew that I'm a human too. And like, we all go through ups and downs. And the more it developed, the more I realized that as much as it was helping these young athletes, hopefully it was helping me become way more confident and way more comfortable in my own skin. For the majority of my career on the national team, I didn't know who I was. I doubted my value. I questioned myself. Belief was not always there. Like, it was very much like, okay, I don't want someone to see me mess up, because then they know that I'm not supposed to even be here. I'm just an imposter. Like, why am I here? So then I started kind of like flowing it into softball. Like, man, I'm going to swing and miss. Like, so what? Like, I have 2 more pitches to go after. And if I strike out, so what? Like, unedited, I'm going to mess up. I'm going to fail, whether it's in school, in softball, in my relationship with my husband. I just need to like lay it out there that my flaws, whether they are my skin or my hair or my rolls on my body, whatever it looks like, and my flaws in sport when I make a mental error or trip on my own shoelace, like, it's going to happen. And I just think the more I can be accepting of that, the freer I play, the more fearless I play, which therefore lets me to like let loose and like play and not feel so tense and like worried about being perfect. So ironically, as much as it started for this young generation, I think it's been liberating and a revolution for myself, which is like kind of crazy and beautiful. And I'm so thankful for it.
That's awesome. I love it. Like, I mean, the posts you do, and like, they're just so authentic. Like, they're like the one you did the other day when you were going to do the photo shoot, and you were like, I don't know, how I'm feeling. Like, you know what I mean? Like, but you just put it out there, and a lot of people wouldn't put that out there. And I just love that about you.
Don't get me wrong. Especially at the very beginning, I was incredibly self-conscious about it. I'm like, are people going to think I am looking for attention or pity or love like, I didn't know how people like were going to receive it. And I think that was a moment for me to check myself and be like, that's why I'm doing it. Mm-hmm. Like, I don't need to care about what other people think so much. Like, I just need to be real. I need to be authentic. If that means that I show up to practice and I look at Janet and I said, listen, today's a really hard day. I am uber sensitive. I have a lot of heavy things going on in my life, and I'm going to give you everything I got today. And then we connect a little bit deeper because I'm super vulnerable with her, then that's a win. And if another day it's like, man, I'm on top of the world, let's get after it. Like, it's just like kind of owning where you're at. I do need to like clarify though, that doesn't mean that your emotions run the show.
Right.
Like you still run the show. You can feel your emotions, you can accept them, you can be aware of them, but then you can also make the decision of how you're going to move forward with them. For instance, like if we talked about that bronze medal game, I was low key a little frustrated. I didn't start, but did that run the show? No. Like I accepted it, thought about it. Cool. Now how do I react? Like, what is my character? How do I choose to move forward here? So it's kind of balancing being real, but then like, what's your next step, babe? Because you got to show up. And how are you going to do that?
Exactly. And I also got to mention your guys' swag. I love the swag. It's great swag.
Thank you.
Tell everybody where they can find you at, like with Unedited itself.
Yeah, our Instagram. I have Instagram. I'm trying my best with it. I would love if you followed along or checked it out. It's at Unedited Self Co. But you could also just go to my profile, and I've tagged it all over the place because it's my baby. And then our website. My website is just www.nataliewideman.com, and then I have a page for Unedited Self. I had so many people reach out and be like, "I want to wear it! Like such a cute logo! Like da 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 da." So. It's my baby and we're starting, and it's just kind of my side thing to hopefully positively impact as many people around me as I can. I just know how much being unedited has allowed me to, I don't want to say reach my potential, but be me.
Right.
And be okay with who I am, flaws and all. 5'3", 10 pounds too heavy, whatever that looks like. Here, there, and everywhere. It doesn't even matter.
Yeah.
I bring value to the table as who I am, unfiltered in this moment right now. If I stumble over my words with you, so be it.
Love
you
it.
know?
Love it.
Yeah.
Love it. Now, didn't you hook up with a college this past week?
Yeah. So Humber softball,
yes,
one of the colleges in Ontario. Very, very fortunate. I was training with them a little bit in the off season because, as you know, it's tough to always train as a quote unquote professional athlete while you're also, in school, have a business, have a life.
Right.
So they had practices throughout kind of my downtime when I was training individually in the facility. And they said, "Hey, like you can jump in with us." And Dwayne, their head coach, I've known for years and years and years. And he's a massive supporter of females in sport in general. And just, I can't thank him enough. But
that's Dwayne Bowles, right?
Yes. Yeah. He was like, "Listen, you work so hard in every aspect of your life. It is time for us to work for and with you."
Oh,
and
that's awesome.
I am still just getting shivered. Like I'm about to cry right now just because it's so nice to have people that see the work and the passion and the love and the value you bring to the table and want to help uplift you. So thank you, Dwayne, and thank you to the squad for letting me be a part of your little fam. I'm heading to practice with them next Tuesday, so I'm so excited.
Awesome.
So they're like my extended team now, and I feel very fortunate to have them in my corner. And they feel apparently pretty hyped to have their little custom T-shirts. So I'm excited.
I bet.
Yeah, I'm really excited for them.
That's awesome. That is awesome. Yeah. All right, so we did it last time. We we end every podcast with player association. You did it before. I threw out some names to you. And
oh yes, I do remember this.
Yes.
Okay. You last time you came up with some names. I'm like, whoa, like throwbacks. That's
right.
This is exciting.
That's right. Well, I'm not going to do any throw. I'm going to keep it more.
Okay. That's fine.
More to date, I guess.
Relevant.
So, first, I mean, we've talked about her a fair bit in this podcast, but let's talk about her a little more. Kaylee Rafter.
Honestly, I think she's what's kept me in the sport. I mean, it was obviously such an incredible journey to the Olympics for 2020. She was in a very similar role as I was for 2020. She was in that role in 2008 for the Beijing Olympics. So having someone like that understand like the difficulties of being like, I'm your tag team, but like I got your back. Like I'm not the go-to girl in that moment for the Tokyo Olympics, but having someone kind of understand like they'd been through it, it was such a beautiful thing to be like, hey, like I'm going to push you so hard, Kaylee, so that you can be better for this program. And like, I know that's my job. And at the same time, she was like, valued what I brought to the table, knew that when I caught those off innings to save her, like we were a unit. And like that respect and value for one another, even though we are pretty different catchers in totality, like even if you look at our body size and composition, like we're different, right?
A little bit.
But that brought us really, really close. But even throughout leading up to the Olympics, we always like jokingly called her Coach Rafter, like Coach Raff, like, because she obviously, like you said, a student of the game, loves the game, understands the game, and just like very analytical and brain works on a different level than 99% of the world. To have her transfer over into the head coaching position, I remember Softball Canada had said, "Hey, we're interviewing a couple different coaches," and none of us knew who they were. But when we've kind of found out the top 3, a lot of us vets were like, it's her or nothing. Like,
it's gotta be.
That's who we want to lead us into battle. Like, we trust her. Yeah. We'll do anything. You tell me to do the world's worst assault bike today and want to give up 106 times, I'll do it. What else? Yeah. Like, what else do you need from me? So, I mean, the love and respect and the gratitude to have her in that position is just it's unmatched, honestly.
Yeah, she's, like I said, I could talk about her forever. Like, I think I had her on, you were episode 38, the first one. I think I had her in the 20s. Like, so it would have been well before the Olympics. And I would love to have her back on just to pick the brain even more.
For sure.
You know what I mean? Like, just because, I mean, what she's done at with you guys and of course at the college level now is just so many more stories with Rafter.
Yeah. I'm ready for you to do it so I can learn from that podcast too. Okay,
All right,
we'll put a little birdie in her ear.
That's right.
We'll be like, hey, so
hey, gotta go back on. On. Next up, I have who do I have? Nicole Rivet.
Oh, Nick. Okay, so this is really, really special. I was Nick's coach when she was maybe 12.
Really?
Maybe 11. And funny enough, I always talk about growing up when I was coaching catching specifically. I did a lot of catching with my brother. Like, I was kind of his demo girl, and I would learn how to coach from him because he was an elite catcher.
Mm-hmm.
And then I started doing my own thing, more specifically with like softball players. And I always tell people that throughout the years, there's like generationally, there's always a couple catchers that stand out that I'm like, boom, she has it. Boom, she has it. Boom, she has it. And I think there's probably 3 or 4 I could list, and Nicole's by far one of those. I remember seeing her do a throwdown for the very first time. I'm like, this girl's like 12 and she's throwing the ball harder than me to second base. What's happening?
Wow.
And so to like kind of see her in this phase of life is really, really beautiful. I mean, we trained together when she was in high school still. She started training with the national team girls here in Ontario. And that was like, oh my goodness, like, you're young, but you're like almost a woman, like, cool. And then to see her go off to college and really advocate for what she believes in and blossom into like a woman that takes up space and knows what she believes in and all these things was like, wow, like, I'm really proud of her. Like, she felt like my little babe that I was coaching way back when, right? Mm-hmm. And now to be her friend, and honestly, very, very close. We're very similar in a lot of ways. So we always kind of like poke at each other about how we're twins, but just from different generations because I'm old. I'm the mom, apparently. Great. Thank you so much. So yeah, that's been really fun. And it's really cool because obviously she's a catcher as well. Not to say that we're like fighting for any role, but to kind of have a very similar mindset of like, Rafter down the road or back in the day, mentoring me and valuing me and challenging me, respecting me, like kind of pushing me to that next level, because the better I get, the better Nick has to get. The better Nick gets, the better I have to get.
Right.
So like, it's all like, it's a win-win, right? So The closer we can get, the more we can challenge each other in a beautiful way, the better. The other day we have team challenges right now. So sometimes it's the assault bike and we have a certain cal that we have to reach on the bike in X amount of seconds. And then the other day it was a chin up hold where you have to hold it at the very top. And she wanted me to go over to her school because she's at the Cairo school, like a couple blocks away from my program. And I was like, oh, I can't. I have a meeting with my supervisor, but send me a video of you doing it because I want to make sure you do good. And so like we always kind of like check in with each other and make sure that we're pushing ourselves super hard. And her and I actually have something exciting coming up, but I can't.
Oh wow, okay.
I can't drop anything too soon.
All right.
So
well,
hashtag Nick and Nat, cute, right?
Oh, nice.
A little something, nice. Right?
So hey, be on the look for it. I can't wait. to see it. So
yeah.
2 more here.
Okay.
Next one. Your daughter, Morgan Reimer.
My daughter? My daughter?
I saw.
Are we talking about Luna?
No, I saw you posted like proud mom moment or something when
yes,
she did.
Yes, that's funny. Man, since the second that Reimer became a part of our program, I was instantly drawn to her. She is an old soul. So as much as she was like, for sure, she was the youngest when we were in San Diego for our Pan Am Games. And I still think she was on the younger side within our program this year. She's one of the ones I trust the most. So for instance, like we were walking around somewhere in China and I'm like, okay, Morgan, I'm going to need you to navigate us because I trust you the most. Okay. So she's like kind of a mom in her own way, but what a competitor in a very different way than I've experienced in the past with other athletes. So for instance, Danielle is like out there, loud, aggressive, like very much like intense, right?
Yep.
Like you can kind of feel that when she's on the mound. And I think that's beautiful. And she dominated it. And I respect that like crazy. And then when you see Morgan get on the mound, it's a very quiet, controlled confidence. You don't see much emotion. It's very like even keel across the board. And then when something really big happens, like you might get a little fist pump that's like, So as a catcher, it's like really, really cool to catch for her because you know that she's like all in and she's present. But as we continue to work together, we have a long way to go to understand like what makes you tick. What do you need from me? What are your cues? What do you need when you're stressed? What does it look like when you're stressed? Because I don't even know that yet, right? Because she is so poised that like, so even at the end of our summer here with being in China at the games, Rafter sat Reimer and me and then our pitching coach Christian down and was like, okay, like we need to learn because it didn't work out. Like this was the first time we had adversity where we really didn't know how to mesh there. And at first it was like, man, I feel like I let her down. Like I don't know her yet, but we both had a pretty cool conversation of like, we don't need to know each other right in this moment. What we need to do is get to the point where we do when push comes to shove in 2028. And so for her to say that to me was like, wow, you are really grown up. You are really mature. And I cannot wait to go to war with you. That was really cool. So much respect for her. I'm so excited to see what she does at Washington this year. I'm excited to see where she gets as an athlete because I think the potential is like unbelievable.
Yeah. Like she's a sophomore this year. Like,
right? But she's walking in here like she's been on the team for 10 years. I'm like, you, my friend, are a unicorn. I like you.
That's awesome. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I remember the hype from her before she even got to Washington, like just being like, this is the next up and coming. I think she might've been on the U18 Canada team and just watching her pitch then, I was like, oh wow, yeah, this girl has talent. Like you could see it right away. And
it's not just physical. Like, of course, physically she has really good talent. Like,
yes,
she can throw the ball, but mentally she is like, give me the ball, and that's a lot. For
exactly. That's a huge
like make
difference.
Or break.
Yes.
Yeah. Because there are pitchers that are unbelievable at what they do. They spin the ball. They got good velo. They can execute like a pitch location. But when push comes to shove, if they're not wanting the ball in a big moment, you don't want them on the mound, no matter how good they are at throwing that pitch.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Right.
Absolutely.
So having that mindset is like game changer.
Yep. 100%. 100%.
Love you, Reimer.
Last but not least is I did 2 interviews over the summer because summer is so crazy.
I think I know.
Yes. And she spoke very highly of you. So
no.
Dawn Bodger. Yeah.
My soul sister. Wow. Dawn came out of the woodworks. Hey?
Yeah.
Just like, who are you?
Yeah, I know.
She's like, who are do you mean, who am I? I know who you are. I'm like, okay, but come on. What a breath of fresh air. I was really quite nervous after Jenna retired and I didn't have a pitcher around. At first, I'm like, wow, I don't have to bullpen all offseason.
Yeah, really, though, right?
Especially with, I love you so much, Jenna, but Jenna throws a lot, okay? Yeah. So when Dawn came around, I was like, oh, this could be kind of cool. And then Dawn was really good. I'm like, oh, this could be really cool. Like, I like this. Working with her and kind of figuring out what makes her tick has been really exciting. We spend a lot of time together, but I think the coolest thing was the second we met each other, it felt like we had known each other for years and years and years. So I think we got like a head start on like, how do you tick? How do I tick? How does that work? Mm-hmm. And because we've become such good friends off the field and we've spent so much time together now, like when we're on the field, if she is, whether she's struggling with a pitch, whether she's a little bit timid, whether she's pushing too hard, too fast and kind of like pacing herself inappropriately, I almost don't even have to say anything anymore. I just like look at her a certain way and she kind of knows. We joke about it that we're like an old married couple, you know? I'll like look at her. She's like, I know. I'm like, oh, okay. But also in like the tough moments when I have to say something maybe a little bit feisty, she takes it well because we've both back and forth earned that trust and rapport and that love between us that she knows and I know, whether it's coming from me to her or her to me, that it's coming from a good place and we want each other to be at our best. So that's been really special. And I think the more that we can lean on each other, there's still a lot more that I can get out of her and she can probably get out of me. Mm. So it's exciting to know that we have some time from now until the main goal, so to speak. Yep. That I'm just going to have to get on her booty a little bit more in the nicest way possible. Love you so much, Dawn. Ready for me to be fiery for you, okay?
Definitely. Definitely. I mean, I'm a big advocate for team chemistry, but you know what, when it comes to, because I've been a pitcher my whole life, when it comes to a pitcher-catcher battery chemistry, if you have it, man, what a difference that makes, right?
Yeah. And you know what? I've seen, we're going back to Kaylee, here we go. Rafter, what a chameleon in terms of being able to be who she needs to be for each pitcher. She, I couldn't have asked for a better role model to like watch, but now trying to implement it is a beautiful challenge. I have to be very comfortable that I don't have to say the nice thing. I have to say the thing that they need in that moment. Right. Sometimes that might be the nice thing, but other times that might be like, hey, drop the excuses, get it done. Right. And so like just being comfortable, that, I mean, in itself for me is like, that's being unedited because I have a lot of fear around sometimes saying that, but it has to be said. Yep. And if I want to be the person that I need to be for this team, that it's going to have to happen. And I'm going to have to put my fear or my insecurity or whatever that looks like aside, because it doesn't matter at that point. What matters is that person being where they need to be for this team.
Yep. Wow. Perfect way to end the podcast right there, Nat.
Wow. Perfect.
Wow. That was awesome. Listen, thanks so much for, taking time in your schedule, come back on and talk to us because it's always a pleasure to talk to you. I love it.
I know it didn't even feel like a podcast. It just felt like we were chit chatting. I'm just excited for the next one. Are we going to wait another 5 years?
Oh no.
Or like,
we're getting on before LA. We got to get on before LA.
Okay. I'll schedule it in my notebook. Okay.
All right. Now listen, I can't wait to watch the journey. Can't wait to watch Mexico here in a couple, January? Start January? Yeah. Can't wait to watch in Mexico. That's going to be fun. And again, thanks again, Nat, for coming on.
No, thank you so much. I really, really appreciate it. And I'll tell Luna you say hi, okay?
Oh, I love it. Take care, Nat.
Take care.
But I don't mind. See, I'm not gonna let me go crazy. Not this time. I'm going through changes. I'm gonna make it for sure.
Haven't stepped out of my house in 7 days. Heaven shaved, heaven showered, heaven changed. Same clothes, different day. Another good morning pissed away. Hey, got the whole world looking right at me. Actually, feels like people starting to look past me. I've been around Feels like this just might be a last dance. I'm frustrated, I'm past tense. I still don't feel like I has been. I don't, but it's like a ghost town up in the studio. Nobody comes around here no more. I guess it's just how the movie go. I don't like playing my old friends' new songs. They don't listen to rap like back when. They all grew up, kinda moved on. And how could I blame them, huh? I used to sleep, eat and breathe this shit. But now the older I get, I'm questioning if I really needed this. I used to stress what people said and what people thought about me. Now I worry about if my daughter can make it home from school without me. But still at the same time, as I'm writing this rhyme, I'm in my kitchen. My daughter's trying to tell me about a day. I hear her but not really listening. I'm staring at her, but in my head I'm putting these words together. I know that I need to do better, cause what I do now could change forever.
Shadows swimming in my head lately, but I don't mind. See, I'm not gonna let me go crazy, not this time. I'm going through changes, I'm gonna make it for sure.
It's a fall from paradise.
I'm going through changes and I've been here before.
And I know I'm so indecisive these days. And musically I feel confused, don't know what I'm like in these days. I just think it's time to check all the new shit, plus all of the